Why you keep fixing people who should be fixing themselves. The unpaid emotional support hotline. It's open 24/7, no boundaries, no compensation, and certainly no appreciation. Does this sound familiar? I just want to help. They've been through so much. I can handle it. They need me more. These are the rationalizations we offer ourselves in moments of codependent glory. As we clutch the emotional wrench and duct tape, as we prepare once again to repair someone else's inner world, while our inner world quietly crumbles in the corner. I regret to inform you that this is not love. This is emotional martyrdom in a velvet cloak. I'm Dylan Moore, author, cognitive behavior specialist, and dedicated advocate for women's empowerment and men's emotional healing. In this discourse, let's unveil the transformative strategies to restore balance, reclaim your power, and anchor you in unshakable strength. Together, we'll unravel absurd social expectations that have long kept so many trapped in a labyrinth of self-imposed chaos, while exposing the inherited beliefs that gaslight us into self-doubt, while dismantling the emotional nonsense we have been conditioned to believe are normal. Today, we confront a very hard truth. You are not their healer, their mother, or their bloody therapist, and it's time to retire from that role. Now, a word on why you keep fixing other people. If you're constantly rescuing emotional strays, consider the following. You've learned that love is earned by being needed. If you were praised for being the helper, the fixer, the strong one, you began to believe that worth and utility were one and the same. Now, you're addicted to potential. You don't fall for who they are. You fall for who they could be. If they just had a little more support. Oh, how romantic. How tragic. You confuse empathy with responsibility. Just because you understand someone's pain does not mean you're obliged to solve it. You feel powerful when rescuing others. But ask yourself this. Is your self-worth tied to how broken they are? If they healed, would you still feel valuable? You believe helping others proves you're good, but goodness at the cost of self-neglect? That's not virtue. It's self-erasure. Now, the hidden cost of playing the fixer. Let's pause for a moment and examine what you're fixing and what it's actually costing you. If you weren't constantly rescuing others, where would your energy go? Or more importantly, who would you be without the chaos to define you, to define your life? If they healed, would you still feel abandoned or irrelevant? Because that's not connection, that's emotional dependency. If you didn't feel needed, would you still feel loved? If the answer is no, it's time to question where you learn that love is a job description. If you stopped fixing, what would collapse? And if the relationship can't survive without your constant support, that's not a partnership, that's a performance. Fixers often attract broken, not out of compassion, but out of conditioning. And darling, the pattern is not noble, it's exhausting. All of this now leads us to how to stop fixing and start reclaiming your peace. Recognize that healing is a personal responsibility. You can't do the emotional lifting for someone else without eventually breaking your own back. Now, resist the urge to make the pain your purpose. Let people carry their own discomfort. It's how they grow. Set boundaries with compassion. I care about you, and I'm not your therapist. Can coexist. Shift your role from fixing to mirror. Reflect truth, offer presence, but let them do the work. Reclaim your emotional bandwidth. Oh, God, that feels so good. Use the same devotion to nurture your goals, your joy, and your damn peace. And now, a most glorious revelation. For those who have spent their lives playing savior and always reaching into someone else's emotional abyss with a flashlight and a ladder, this may sting, but they were never climbing out. They were just using your energy to stay comfortably stuck. You were their emotional safety net, their fallback plan, their crisis concierge. And now you're allowed to close that hotline, you're allowed to redirect that energy back into yourself, and you're allowed to rest. So tell me, who are you finally taking off of your emotional caseload? Drop a like or comment below, and let's normalize retiring from the unpaid emotional labor. Together we rise Together we thrive. Let's rise into our new world of personal power and freedom.